Hello, my name's TR, and I just wanted to share some thoughts today regarding what's been going on in California, in particular small towns in California. Um, my town recently went through some changes, or rather, some votes at City Hall that honestly are not going to change the town for the better. It's It's yet another vote than a long line of votes that's been going on here that's going to really destroy the town, to be quite honest with you. And I've tried to wake people up, but it's been a futile effort. Um, Usually they don't care. According to them, you're bothering them. And they're generally more aggressive to me than they are to the totalitarian government that um, steals from them every day, clubs them over the head at will, and imposes its will in every way it wishes at any moment via local government or state government or federal government. Um, they don't want to be reminded that they're slaves. Anything that has to do with reality reminds them deep down inside, they know they're cowards. And that's why they get angry at the messenger. That's why they get angry at me. But I'm kind of sort of like at this point, like, just let them have it. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the so-called affordable housing mandates in California, but um, that's pretty much at the core of this problem that I'm talking about. It's pretty much an excuse for outside communists to come in and take over any town in California. It doesn't matter where or what the town is, unless you're fortunate enough to be protected by some sort of environmental agreement, such as Lake Tahoe. Those fuckers actually have it really good. They don't even know it, but they don't have to worry about any of this kind of shit because it's a protected by state protected region, and they like to complain a lot up there, but they have no idea what they've got going for them, um, or rather for the area. Most of them don't even own property there. They're losers. Um, I don't know. I was just hoping to get the word out there, hoping to get some noise going or some attention. Obviously, no one's in the chat, but this will turn into a video. So, um, what do you guys think? You guys are you guys aware of the affordable housing mandates that are being imposed by the state of California on small towns? It's basically a quota in which every small town is forced to develop high density housing project style housing throughout its town against its own will by the state of California. It is enforced by an entity called RHNA, and it is also enforced by the HCD. Let me make sure that's correct. Yep, California HCD. So they call themselves the California Department of Housing and Community Development, founded in 1965. Yeah. A lot of these institutions may have originally been founded in with good intentions, at a time when they were perhaps needed. I won't, maybe needed is going a little too far, but appropriate. Let's say the civil rights era. But they've since been taken over and abused, and taken to a level they were never meant to be at, as far as um, the overall imposition of their will against the people. They were never meant. That was never. There was. It should have never been allowed to become that, but that's what it became. I don't know anything about the people who started these organizations or what their original intentions were, but I'm sure the people who voted for them, their creation, assumed that the the overall mission was good and benign, and was not going to force its way upon the people of California, and was just going to work with the people of California just to, um, you know, make the situation a little better for those who needed it. But the situation has been so abused since then that there is no excuse for these organizations to exist anymore. They should not exist anymore. These HCD, um, RHDA, um, all of the federal legislation that Clinton put in after the Agenda 21 treaty, which really wasn't so much of a treaty as it was a tying our own hands behind our back and jumping off a bridge. You know, don't underestimate the damage that Bill Clinton did in the 90s that we continue to pay for today. But anyways, I did a lot. I did what I could. I put out flyers, built the website. Most of the time, all that happened is I just ended up taking a lot of abuse from the people who are benefiting most from knowing about this, from my time and effort and labor. These people are benefiting from it, yet they would rather kill me, the messenger, simply for telling them what's going on. Does this community deserve my efforts? I think the answer. I think the question answers itself. But there are others out there, and I thought I'd just get the message out there. Um, this town has suffered so many monstrosities from so much destruction. They tore up our entire old downtown, our traditional quiet downtown. They tore it up right in the middle of, right in the center part of town. The square. They totally tore up that whole thing and put this ugly ass affordable housing complex known as Wheeler Plaza. That's totally out of place. They got rid of all of our parking, and now what little is left, they charge for it, or they try to. I mean, you're literally turned into a slave in your own town by the government that's supposed to be representing you, that's supposed to be working for you. It's total inversion of of what's right and what's supposed to be. And so that was Wheeler Plaza. That's what I'm talking about in San Carlos, California. That was one of the biggest projects that was ever imposed, and it just totally wrecked the downtown. There's another one called 1001 Laurel. That one, it was at the other end of the downtown, and they pretty much mushroomed up overnight. Like no one even knew it was coming. They just slipped these things in constantly because no sane individual is sitting around hanging out at City Hall every single week for 5 hours, and they know it, you know. And the ones that do know about it, they're usually for it. They're usually either behind these projects or they're supporting them for one reason or the other. And by the way, none of this leads to affordable housing. The one that they built next to my neighborhood, near my neighborhood, it was called the San Carlos Transit Village project, and that that monstrosity. They're right now we're talking about these just little apartments in within a one giant building. There's no separate. It's not like multiple buildings or you have balconies like a traditional apartment complex. You're literally imprisoned inside of just one large building, crammed in with bunch of other tenants. Excuse me. You're just basically enclosed in one single building with hundreds of other tenants. And, maybe if you're lucky, you'll have one window to see into the outside world, but no balcony, you're not close to any exit where you can, like, your front door, for example, is going to be in. There is no front door. There's a front door to your unit, but it's inside. So you're not like going to be able to walk out the door and then be outside with connect to nature. Like I said, that you probably can't even open the windows because it's right alongside the railroad tracks. So you are literally a prisoner in your own apartment, and these are about $5,000 a month. So that's your affordable housing right there, $5,000 a month. And in San Carlos, in the ultra desirable, ultra white liberal San Carlos, California. So there you go. You have to pay quite the premium to live among whites and liberals, and if they're white liberals, especially so. So look, and I'm not one of these types of people that's anti gentrification, because what I'm against is because there was no gentrification. This was a nice town until they started trashing it. So this is not about gentrification. There are other places where gentrification happens. I don't have an opinion on that because this is not one of those cases. But this is just a bunch of scum coming into an existing nice area and basically saying everyone has the right to live here, and they don't. Okay, I don't care what your race is. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, no one has a right to live in my town or anywhere for that matter. You earn your way into the town or into wherever you want to live. No one has a right to live anywhere.